Hi, welcome to this new episode of What's New in HubSpot. It's already the last Wednesday of January, and like every other last Wednesday of the month, I will present you all the new HubSpot product features that you need to know about. And this month, HubSpot have been really active because I noted 18 updates that deserve your attention. So it will be kind of a long video. You don't need to follow everything. You can find in the description below the time code of every update if you want to know what it is about. So I hope you're ready, and let's start this 18 product update review. So our first product update is the subscription custom properties. So this month it seems that HubSpot put a lot of effort on bettering their commerce hub, which is great because it's kind of new and it needs a lot of improvements. And they decided to let us create custom properties for the subscription object. It's always a really great thing that we can have more flexibility in terms of customization of our portals. So this is an update that definitely go in the right way. And then we have something that I think really useful is the emails index page. If you send your one-to-one email on HubSpot, or if you want to find a specific email on HubSpot, you might have realized that is not really user-friendly. And they decided to consider those one-to-one email as a specific object, and you can find within your CRM the email tab, and you will be able to have, like it shows here, the list of all the emails that have been sent or received within your HubSpot portal. It will make your life way easier when it comes to see the latest email that have been populating your business. And for this product update, improved workflow testing, I'm really happy about it because I use a lot the workflow tool. Before launching a really big automation, it's really important to test it. Before it was not that well thought, but now they upgrade these workflow testing features that give you way more details on what you should expect from a specific path of a record you try to automate. I joined the beta. I really advise you to join the beta and try it yourself. And this update is linked to the thing I expect the most, and the thing that disappointing me the most about HubSpot is AI-generated regular expression for property validations. So if you follow my channel for more than a month, you have noticed that I already mentioned that they release the regular expression, the regex, for property validations. So the idea is you can create like some specific format rules for your properties to make sure only good quality data will be populated in your CRM. So one example would be to use regex to stop people entering Gmail address, for instance. The thing is, using regex might be a bit hard for people that don't know how to use regex, like me, for instance. So they use kind of a AI prompt box where you can say, I want that regex expression, please generate it for me. I guess it works, but the thing is, the first thing we should do with this update is not to play with the AI generated prompting box, is mostly to let us apply those specific rules we created in form completions, because right now this regex features is only available when you enter manually data in your CRM. People that fill this property with a form will still be able to do whatever they want. So when I saw they update this regular expression thing, I was really happy, but a bit disappointed about what they did instead of what I wanted. And this update is always a good news, is that now we can play with another object for automation. Like last month or 2 months ago, there is a note workflow. Now you have the call workflows. So it's always a good news that we will be able to trigger and automate our CRM based on a different entry point, which is the call. So I didn't try it yet, but more possibilities is always something we want on HubSpot. And now we have the list enrichment. So basically, since the beginning of the year, they really want to push their Breeze Intelligent new feature, which help us to enrich our records. Before you could only do it manually. Last month they released the fact that you can use this enrichment feature within your workflows, and now they let us have an accessible button in every list to automatically enrich list that will allow you to maintain up-to-date a list of specific records you want to have up-to-date data. Let's say you have a list of a top target contact. You are one button away to make this list of leads that really matter for your business really up to date. Of course, to be able to use that, you will need to have this Breeze Intelligent product and to have like this Breeze credits to make it work. And another product update that is interesting for the development of the Commerce Hub and for customization of your HubSpot CRM is associate invoices and tickets. Now you have the possibility to associate, as they say, an invoice and a ticket. When you play around with HubSpot, you realize that association between two different objects is really important to maintain a good flow for the data. The fact that we can now associate two more objects together is really interesting. And when I told you that we put a lot of efforts on the Commerce Hub, you can see that as well with the preview and customize invoice emails. Before, your invoice emails were really per default. Now you would be able to customize and preview the email that your buyers will receive. So it gives you more personalization in something that is really important for your business, which is invoice. So it's a really welcome features. And then we have like a news that is good for US-based accounts. You can now migrate a HubSpot account to new data centers. Why is it important? Because sometimes for legals or privacy law compliance, you need your data to be stored in a specific part of the world. HubSpot will start to go into that direction by letting you choose the data center of your HubSpot account. For now, is only starting from accounts that are stored in East Coast data center to other part of the world, and that's it. If you have like a Europe-based account, you will not be able to do it yet, but I guess it will come soon. And this update is more aesthetic and is concerning UX and UI. I'm just telling you it right now because you might be surprised that now your email editor interface is really different. They just decided to completely refresh the UX of that tool to make it like more user-friendly, I guess. So it's just something new. Basically, all the features are the same. It's just presented in a different way. So you need to go there, try it, and get used to this new way of presenting the information of your mail editor. And after the data center migration, we have the unified data privacy request management that will help you to manage your privacy laws compliance. So basically, they totally reshape the way you can organize all the data privacy requests, and it will help you as an admin saving a lot of time to handle those requests from your lead that want to access to their private data. And this update, I'm really happy about it, is to be able to search and filter the import mapping table. When you will import data with multiple objects playing with each other and with a lot of custom properties, for instance, it might be a bit hard to make sure everything is well set up and well mapped together. So they decided to make our life easier by adding like a search and filter features within the import tab. As you can see, you have like map with errors. You can choose the objects of the specific property you want to map, etc. It will make your life really easier when it comes to simply verify that everything is correctly mapped. So for the people that do a lot of import, I think you will be really happy about that news. And this product update will not change your life, but it's interesting that you just know it's here. Before, you could change directly values of a specific property within the record listing, but you needed to click on Save Changes. Now we just change how it works. It will automatically save your changes, and you can just click on the Undo button if you don't want to save the thing. So it might be interesting to know that, like, because if you just want to show to someone that you can modify this property, but this property value is linked to a specific automation, it will automatically trigger this automation. So be careful when you manipulate those data within your record listing, and understand that now it will automatically get saved. And if you follow my videos, you know that I'm not a huge fan of the list scoring in general, but they invest a lot of effort on this new scoring app, and they decided to add more feature. And this feature for this month is to be able to test a record the same way you can test a workflow. So it's really interesting because you can build your scores, and without like publishing it and seeing in real life how it looks in your CRM, you will be able to simply test with some specific records to see if it reacts the same way as what you thought it would be. A new update that is really linked to the previous one is that now you can see score history directly in index pages. When you implement your list scoring and you have like different scores, you might realize based on the criteria you put that the score will evolve a lot for a specific record. Before, it was just a number and you could find like the details of the evolution of that number, but it was not really easy to understand the evolution of a specific record score. Now they implement a preview that you can just click on the score you created, and it will display a graph showing you the evolution of the score of a specific record. And a new product update that is really interesting is that now you have even more possibilities for your calculated properties. So the calculated properties purpose is really depending on your business needs, and it will really change from a portal to another. But it's interesting to see that now you have even more possibilities, so more opportunities to show the result you want. They added 4 more equations. The first one is Euler's, sorry for my French. The second one is you can just display the string length, so the number of characters of a specific text. You can have the add times, so add the given time to the base time controlled by the provided unit, and subtract time, which is the same thing but for subtract. Once again, you might not need them, but it's always good to know that they are here. The day you will need to create complex calculated properties, you will have more possibilities to get to your goal. And this product update, I don't see the point, but I need to present it to you because it will change a lot the way you will create lists. Before that, it was not easy and fast enough to create lists in HubSpot, so they decided to totally revamp the way you create lists with a brand new UX and UI. So they change the way you create lists. Now it will look like that. The only positive point I thought about it is if you create a contact list and you want to make it a company list, you can easily change it by clicking on change object. So it's not that game changer, but now when you will create list, it will look like that. Don't be surprised. It's just a change that we decided to make. And our last product update for this month is my favorite one, is the import, find and replace. So if you do a lot of import, it might happen that you end up being really depressed, that you have this really big import and one value of a specific property is not matching your HubSpot property values, and you will not be able to finalizing your imports. You will need to take back your import 5, modify it manually and redo the whole process. Now, finally, we have these find and replace features that will allow us that if it happens, you will be able to edit the column values directly in HubSpot, to edit the import 5 column values directly in this page. So you will just be able to finalizing your import in the first time and not do the whole process again by doing manual update, etc. So it was the 16th most important product update of January. I hope it was not too long and clear enough. If it's okay, don't forget to put a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel to make sure you don't miss any new videos. If you think I didn't talk about a really important update, let me know in the comments. It was Greg. I wish you a great week and see you next Wednesday.